Hello everyone, how are you? And welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another reading today. We have an angel message for you this morning. I'm going to go ahead and just get right into your angel message. I felt guided this morning to this deck. So let's go ahead and see what your guardian angels want to share with you this morning. Okay, we have 3 little messages coming out here. Let's see what they are. Peace, self-criticism, and healing. Okay, let's read the peace card first. Calm your thoughts and move your awareness to a peaceful space inside of your heart. Feel the ebb and flow of love, the eternal movement of the stars. Your life is forever unfolding to greater spheres of love. Relax and do not worry about anything, for all is well. You will soon enter a time of well-earned peace and tranquility. The next one was self-criticism. We, your angels, ask you to please be more compassionate towards yourself. Observe the times when you have critical thoughts of yourself and make an effort to replace these negative thoughts with positive, loving ones. You are a wondrous being of light, even at times that you think you are less than perfect. Remember that God and the divine protection exist in all things. Wow, that's beautiful. And I myself can resonate with that and claim that energy. Beautiful. The last card is healing. Listen to your heart. Love is the greatest healer. It has the capacity to balance and heal your emotions, thoughts, and perceptions, which in turn will heal you physically. Your angels are here with you and will help you dissolve your fears. Trust in the power of love to guide you, and your life will magically transform. This card is a confirmation that healing is occurring right now. Wow. 3 beautiful cards this morning of encouragement. We have healing, peace, and self-criticism. Each of these cards speaks about healing. Each of these cards speaks about how we view ourselves, how we speak to ourselves, and how that self-talk in turn either can hinder or progress our healing within. Really take that time to go inward and think about the words that you're choosing to speak to yourself during this time of healing, whatever it is in your current situation, whatever you're going through in your life right now that is really hard for you to move through. Don't be so hard on yourself. Really take that time for self-care. I know sometimes this can be easier said than done. And I can relate and resonate with this as well, this message. So I know that sometimes healing can feel very tender. It can feel as almost like you just can't move through something because of the rumination of thoughts of all of those self-limiting beliefs of the what ifs and I just can't, or this keeps happening. And a lot of you might be moving through problems that are reoccurring in your life, things that don't ever seem like they're going to go away. This could be with a loved one who is going through a hard time, who seems to not be able to get out of a certain cycle in their life for themselves. And this is in turn causing you a lot of grief or worry in your life. This could be with a child or a parent, or even like a friend or a best friend of some kind who's going through a hard time. I can personally relate, and I'll just share a little bit of mine, if I could be honest and vulnerable here with you guys in this community. But my daughter is going through a bit of a hard time right now in her life, getting going, and she doesn't live at home anymore, but she's having a really hard time becoming independent. And as a mom, that leaves me feeling worried for her safety and worried for her future, really. She's not really making the best decisions right now, and that is making me have a lot of self-doubt about, man, did I not do enough? Or am I not being there for her enough? What could I do better? What could I do to help her along her path and her journey? When I have to sit with myself and sort of like pump myself up in this situation, I know that I can't sit in that rumination. I can't sit in those thoughts stewing every single day. There is a certain amount of release that I have to do and that you have to do as well in your healing journey of letting go of that grip, letting go of that hold of like wanting to help, right? And it's not that you want control over the situation, but you see that it could be easier if you just made this pivot in your life or you chose a little bit differently, right? Like, can I help you? Please let me help you. It's like letting it go, letting the universe, letting God, letting spirit take over, and utilizing manifestation, utilizing prayer, and hoping and having faith that all will be well in that type of situation where you do have a loved one who is struggling with something. This could be mental health issues. This could be addiction. But it's our love, right? Like, it's that immense love you have as a loved one, a family member, a friend, that you want the best for this person who you care so deeply about. It's hard to let go and let God do its work. Let spirit take over. Let your faith sort of guide you down this like dark path of the unknown. It's a little scary. So having faith is super important in the process, and just saying, you know what, I don't have all the answers. I acknowledge that this is scary. I acknowledge that I don't have control over the outcome. Acknowledging what is worrisome, acknowledging the scary probabilities or possibilities that could happen, make me feel a little bit better. Acknowledging that, okay, if my daughter makes this choice, these could be the consequences. And I am preparing myself for the worst in a way, but like I'm preparing my body for what that might feel like if I do have to come face to face with the outcome of something that she has chosen, right? Because I don't have control over it. And all I can do in this moment is choose to heal, choose to let go, and also just choose to be a supporter for her in her life. So by choosing that, I'm also choosing to support myself. Choose peace, right? We've got peace here. Calm your thoughts and move your awareness to a peaceful space in your heart, right? I'm choosing to have peace instead of thinking about it all of the time and letting it sort of ruin my day or make me feel anxious and worried. I'm going to choose peace, which is the opposite of worrying all of the time. You can still care and still be concerned about something, but still have peace, right? There has to be that balance, that ebb and flow in your life. At the end of the day, I have to understand, and I think as well as you in your situation, is that that sense of control is going to really ruin your peace. And also, I have to remember that I am not in control of other people's actions, no matter if it's my daughter, no matter if it's a friend, a stranger. We don't control what other people choose to do in their life. We are merely bystanders of other people's choices. That's not a reflection of who I am as a mother, and that's also not a reflection of who you are in your current situation with that person or with whatever in regards like to your situation. It's not a reflection of you. I just want you to know that your life is forever unfolding to greater spheres of love. Relax and do not worry about anything, for all is well. And that's what Spirit wants you to know. All is well. All is okay. It might not feel like that in the moment, but Spirit wants you to know that if you just let go, have faith that everything will be okay. You are accepting and choosing peace to come back into your life and into your mind and your mental space, because a lot of the time our mental really takes over and then it overshadows our heart a lot of the time. We have healing. Listen to your heart. Love is the greatest healer. And that goes to that thing I just said a couple of minutes ago about leading with love and letting my daughter just sort of choose her own path. Hold on, let me let my dog in his crate. I'm sorry. It's gonna be loud. Hold on. He lays down like he is exhausted. He's great. But listening to your heart, love is the greatest healer. It has the capacity to balance and heal your emotions. I think sometimes we can forget this, that we are leading from our mind so often when we're worried about something or when something has just taken over our mind and we can't stop hyper obsessing over the outcome. We forget to listen to our heart and to lead with love, to let go of that control that we feel we might need. And it might not be in an egotistical way of like having control over what that person is doing, but because we love so much and so deeply, and we care about the outcome of this person's situation, that we want to help them so badly. If we lead with our heart and we lead with this open space here of love and just acceptance and supporting that person through it, not controlling it, but loving them through the mess, the madness, their choices, saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to let you make those choices. I'm going to let you make mistakes, because ultimately, by making mistakes, we're able to learn from those mistakes so that we can then choose again at some point in time in our life and make better decisions. And that is what the hope is, right? When our loved ones aren't making the best decisions in their life, we hope that when it comes to that crossroad again to make the same decision or another decision, they have learned, right? And that's that coming to that loving place in our heart where we're just leading with love, saying, hey, I'm here for you when you need me. Let me know. I still love you no matter what decision you make or what mistakes you make, but I'm leading with love in this and just showing my support. That is a form of love. Your angels are here with you. Spirit wants you to know that this is a hard time, that whatever you're going through feels terrible. It feels really hard. It feels like you just don't want to go through it anymore. Questions in your mind might be coming up like, why me? Like, why is this my situation, right? But be gentle on yourself. Spirit wants you to be kind to your heart. Be gentle with yourself through this process. This card is a confirmation that healing is occurring now. And that's exactly what's going on when you're choosing to heal and you're choosing to be gentle on your heart and yourself and your mind, telling yourself good things about yourself and that you are showing up in the right ways. You are healing. This is such a slow process. Healing is such a slow process. We can really just go back and forth feeling like we have good days and we have bad days when it comes to healing. And that's just normal. It's a normal part of healing. And the last card was self-criticism. So asking you to be more compassionate towards yourself, right? Your angels, your guides want you to be more compassionate with your heart. Be gentle on yourself. Tell yourself that it is okay, that you are doing a good job, that you are a good parent, that you are a good brother or sister, son, daughter, whoever you are in your situation, friend, right? You are doing your best. You are a wondrous light, even if at times you think that you are less than perfect. Remember that God and the divine perfection exist in all things. Okay. Your angels, spirit, God want you to know that you're perfect in every way. There's not one thing that you need to change about yourself. If you're doing the work and you're putting in your best effort, then that's healing. That's growth. That's you putting one foot in front of the other in this process, in this situation, whatever you're going through right now. And healing is a long journey. A little bit more about my situation, just so you guys can understand that part of the reason why I started this channel was so that I could connect with you in this community, build a collective of people who are experiencing hardships, hard situations, things that they're trying to overcome, situations that they're healing from. This is ultimately a tarot channel for healing, for self-reflection, for becoming that better version of yourself, rising above the hard times in your life, because there is no doubt every day can feel really hard and tough. But going back to kind of like my story a little bit, I went through a really hard time about a decade ago, and it lasted a really long time. A decade ago, I went through a really hard divorce, and ultimately my child custody case with my ex lasted 7 years. And if I get emotional, I'm going to try not to cry. But it lasted a really, really long time. And okay, I told myself I wouldn't cry. Ultimately, I'm still healing after a decade. So I told myself I wouldn't cry. Healing is a journey. And I just want you to know that I see you, and okay, I got this. I see you, and that the road to healing is never easy. And true healing takes a really long time. And I don't know if I can talk any more about it, because obviously, like, as I'm saying, it's been 10 years, but I'm still like, wow, like, it's still super tender and super hard to even like acknowledge that there's just a lot there, right? To acknowledge and just even say like it's been a decade of healing, and it's still really hard to even like move through some things. Peace, self-criticism, and healing, you guys. Like, let's acknowledge ourselves. Let's acknowledge our hearts and the hurt and the pain. Let's not be too hard on ourselves, right? I was not expecting this message to be like this, so I apologize for crying. And but I'm not apologizing for being open and sharing part of my story. And maybe there will be a moment on my channel where I'm able to actually share more about my healing journey and my like custody battle, and my just healing process, and like what I've experienced, because it's been a long road and it's been really hard. So I sympathize and empathize with so many of you who have already subscribed, who might be going through a really hard time in your life, and to new subscribers, new people to this community and this collective here on my channel, who possibly are going through a really hard time in life and are in the midst of healing or about to go on your healing journey, and you're finding it difficult to get up in the morning or cry a lot. Crying is good. Crying is a way to release how we feel. I am a crier, and this probably won't be the last time that I cry on this channel. So I'm gonna leave the message here. I think that I was led to pull these cards for a reason and share a little bit of my journey today for a reason. And I hope that this resonated with some of you. And I hope me crying didn't scare you away, but just shows you that this is a place that you can come to be yourself, to be open, to also just look at yourself, right? And to be open with you and be honest about your healing journey, and to know that this is just a safe place to come to find like-minded people who might be suffering with their loss in life, grief and sadness, and acknowledging that healing takes a really long time. So I love you guys. And I pray that you're having a beautiful, blessed day. And I can't wait to see you at the next reading. And less crying. Yes. All right. Bye.